It's
All
fun.
right, and we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alfonso, and first of all, I just wanted to say welcome as you jump on here today. I have a special guest, special treat for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about, why you need to be aware of something that is all across the nation, right? Just really just killing households as far as paying extra debt, as far as taking money out of your pockets that should be yours, right? Should be utilized for whatever you want to use it for, investments, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to share with you here with you today a technology that's allowing so many people to pay those 30-year mortgages off in 10 years, pay off their debts much faster than they would before, and then be able to allow that to be able to take them to where they're investing in their future. They're putting their money to work for them, which is what you should be doing on a daily, bi-weekly, bi-monthly basis. But I have a special guest for you today, Mrs. Melinda Chapman. She's a phenomenal leader within UFF, which you'll be able to kind of find out a little bit about what that is. And she's a real estate agent, killing it in her market and just helping her clientele not only to sell their homes, not only to buy their homes, but it's great that she can ask the question, hey, can I help you not only buy a home, but also can I show you how to pay that mortgage off in 7 to 10 years? Can I show you how to, in addition to that, pay your other debts off much faster? So not only is she helping just a normal person, but she's helping a lot of real estate agents to help themselves and to help their clients to put themselves in a financial situation that will change their lives forever. So Melinda, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, Alfonso. I'm great.
Good
Happy
morning. Well,
Friday. Happy
happy
Friday.
Friday. Friday's always great. Now, I was to say thank you for taking, I know you're super busy. Thank you for taking the time out of your
You're
schedule to
welcome.
jump on here. I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. You're just a phenomenal leader. You and your husband are blazing the trail, helping so many people. And you're just leaders that I just like to watch and like to plug into. So thank you so much for taking the time to jump on here today.
Well, thank you, and to God be the glory. That's all I could say.
Amen. Amen. So
Amen.
let's go ahead and just kind of get started. People are busy, you're busy, and I wanted them to definitely get the value that we have today. So my first question is just, can you tell us a little bit about you and kind of what you do, your awesome husband? Just go briefly just into that.
Sure. So, my husband and I, Michael is his name. We live in Brownsburg, Indiana, which is a suburb of Indianapolis. And we have three grown children, two grandchildren, Waylon and Piper, that I get to keep one day a week, which is such a blessing. I am a realtor with Daniels Real Estate, and then now an executive director with United Financial Freedom. So, running two businesses basically, but two businesses that go absolutely hand in glove with one another. My real estate business feeds my UFF business, and UFF feeds my real estate. And so I couldn't think of a better uh, way to, integrate a second stream of income for me and my family than something that goes so well with my real estate business. So we were introduced to this amazing financial system. And by the way, I started real estate late in life. Okay. So I'm entering my fifth year, and
Okay.
I was a licensed dental hygienist for the first 33 years of my life. So,
Oh wow.
uh,
Okay.
so big transition, just totally redefined my, everything. But anyway, so, I've been doing real estate my fifth year, and we were introduced to this program. It was 3 years ago, April, and we were introduced by a gal who's a realtor out in California. And honestly, Alfonso, I almost poo pooed it because I was like, Janice, Michael and I are blessed. We were huge Dave Ramsey followers. We took Financial Peace University through our church, and we just thought Dave Ramsey was the end all be all. And I still have the utmost respect for him, absolutely. And I said, we don't have any debt other than our mortgage. And
Right.
we only had 11 years left on our mortgage, about $101,000 balance. So, in my conditioned way of thinking, the way that the banks have trained us to think and want us to focus on, in my mind and what I thought my great wealth of knowledge that I had about mortgages and how they work back then. But trust me, I've learned so much since I've been a part of this company. I didn't know
Absolutely.
squat. I didn't know squat about it. And so, but in what I thought was my knowledge back then, I'm like, Janice, I just can't imagine anything getting us in any better situation. We're on the back end. We've only got 11 years left. We're paying way more principal than interest, yada, yada, yada. She's like, Melinda, let me send you some videos. She said, even if it knocked a few years off, right? Wouldn't that be worth it? And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, 11 years is a pretty good light at the end of the tunnel. I was 58 at that time. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll look at it. So we did. And my husband was the one that was like, wow, we really need to check this out. And full transparency, the videos blew me away. I thought, what am I even looking at here? Because it's something that is so uniquely different than anything that we had ever seen before. And Dave Ramsey, I love you, but it blows his system out of the water. And in fact, my husband says it's like Dave on steroids is what it is. So so we decided to move forward and have our complementary analysis done, right? Okay, at this point, I didn't even know there was a business side to this. At this point, we've just been approached from the client perspective and see what it can do for you personally. So we went
Now,
through.
before you get into the analysis,
Yeah,
Melinda, I just wanted to talk about the simple fact that if you're on here watching, and definitely, from my Facebook or YouTube, definitely get with me, and I'll share with you those same videos that Melinda got a chance to take a look at. And if you're a part of Melinda's community and you were just scrolling through and saw she was getting interviewed and trying to find out what it's all about, and you're like, man, she's been telling me about this, but let me see those videos. Get with her, and she will share those same videos. Listen, they're
yeah,
amazing. They get
yeah,
straight to the point, and when you watch them, it'll just make you say, this is something that I really should take a look at. So I just wanted to kind of break that down, but go ahead and
yeah.
continue about the analysis and how that worked for you all.
Yeah, so absolutely. So we had our complementary analysis done, and our results were it took our 11-year mortgage to a 2.6-year payoff.
Wow. 11 to
Exactly.
2.6.
11 to 2.6 saved us 18
Wow.
grand in interest. Right. And after I picked my jaw up off the floor, I remember looking over at my husband saying, honey, I'm not going to be able to keep my mouth shut about this. Now, keep in mind, I'm 2 years into real estate. At this point, my husband and I had spent a lot of money just trying to figure out how this, when I started real estate, I was 55, I think. How can this, late in life, breaking into a brand new market, realtor, find her little piece of the pie, my little
Right.
share of the market? How can I make myself known? We had spent so much money trying to figure all this out, right? And all of a sudden, when I saw these results, the first thing that ran through my mind was, okay, I'm not going to be able to keep my mouth shut about this. And that's the type of person I am. It's like, if there's something that I think is going to benefit other people, I
Right.
will shout it from the rooftops. And I don't like seeing people taken advantage of. And I think we've all, as Americans, who have that dream of home ownership, we've all bought into well, you know, interest is just a thing. Mortgage is just a thing. We have to do it. And yes, we do need the mortgage, but there's a reason mortgage means death pledge in Latin. It is not designed to be in our favor. It absolutely is designed to be in the bank's favor. So I don't want to get too off track here, but anyway, so I said to my husband, I'm not going to be able to keep my mouth shut about this. And then my wheels started turning because I'm like, oh my goodness. Think about my real estate clients. Think about the people I've already helped get into a home, or how I could promote myself for future clients, set myself apart. There's this thing called a USP, a unique selling proposition. I didn't know what it was called at that time, but that's
Right.
exactly what I was looking for. That's exactly what I was seeking. That's exactly what my husband and I had paid so much money with all these different avenues trying to figure out, how can I get my little share of the market? This is what absolutely sets me apart from other realtors. I have something I can offer my clients that is so life changing that the biggest concern for realtors mainly is client retention, staying top of mind. How do we keep that client for life? They
Right.
might use you once, but you want them to use you forever, right? Well, when I can offer my clients something this life changing, I promise you they aren't going anywhere else. I'm on their mind every time they log into their system, and if they're ever going to make do another transaction, or if they have someone, hey, a good realtor? Yeah, I do. Melinda, and let me tell you what else she did for me, right? So my wheels just started turning, and then when I said that, the gal that did our analysis said, "Well, Melinda, there is a way that you can make some pretty lucrative income sharing this with other people." And
And
I was
before you
like,
go into that, Melinda,
"Yeah,
I just wanted to say I don't want you to kind of jump over that. Like we talk a lot about 20-year, 30-year mortgages paying off in 7 to 10 years. So
yeah,
like you had the idea, like a 10-year mortgage, there's nothing this can do for me, right? And you said you took that from 10 to about 2.6, right?
11 to 2.6,
Excuse me, 11 to 2.6, and then saved how much?
18 grand, and we owed 101,000.
$18,000.
Yeah, and we owed 101,000 was our balance at that time.
So that's
So
so powerful because your clients, as a real estate agent, they have the ability to be able to see, right? Even as having as little as like 11 years left on their mortgage, benefits from utilizing the technology that we have, which is called the MMA. And obviously, she told you about the unique selling proposition, being able to just present yourself in a different manner that is more enticing for clients to continue to want to work with you, to work with
mm,
you for long term, and to refer you, which I know real estate's a big referral business, to refer you to each and every person that could even think about a home and maybe even already have a home. But
right,
before you kind of get into kind of the portion to where not only can you help so many people, but you can definitely make income as well. Can you just give a brief, like 1 to 2 minute breakdown of, okay, you did an analysis and then you got access to what's called the MMA, right, which allowed you to be able to take that 11 to 2.6 and to save that $18,000 plus, right?
sure,
Just give a brief breakdown of what is the MMA, and then we can kind of jump into a few more questions, and then
yeah.
also we'll jump into why this is so critical that real estate agents truly plug into this and utilize it for their business to grow their clientele.
Sure. So, we're a 20-year-old company, Alfonso, as you know. We've been around a long time, started by two mortgage lenders that just really had a heart for seeing people not have to just bow down to that mortgage and be literally chained to that 30-year debt. So, they spent lots of money, hired lots of smart people. Our system, the MMA, the Money Max account, that's our proprietary, what we call a financial GPS. So that's the best analogy, y'all. If you think about a GPS that we use in our car, our phone, we know where we want to go, right? We've got an address and we plug it into the GPS, and it's going to pull up a route. It's probably going to be the fastest route. It's going to be the route that's going to help us avoid pitfalls or, construction or road closures or whatever. And then it's just going to start telling us what to do, right? Turn right here, turn left there, take this exit ahead. I mean, we don't have to think about it. We don't have to guess at anything. We follow that GPS and we trust that it's going to get us to our destination at our estimated time of arrival. Same concept with our finances. Imagine a financial system that takes all the guesswork out of everything, okay? That is going to, let's just say you've got six different debts. You've got a mortgage and you've got some credit cards, maybe a couple auto loans or whatever. We're always playing well, what do we pay down first? Do we attack the highest interest rate first? Do we attack the lowest balance first? There's so many debt elimination strategies out there, and they all work. They absolutely all work. But it's like, how do you know what to apply to your unique financial situation? Because everybody's finances are different. Alfonso, yours are completely different. It's like our thumbprint. There's no two alike. So how do we know what to do? Well, imagine a system that's going to tell you what to do, that is
Right.
thousands of algorithms and lines of code are constantly calculating your fastest route to zero and what is going to save you the most amount of interest, meaning that's money that you keep in your pocket and you don't have to give to the bank. And we save people on average at least $100,000. I mean,
Wow.
we were different. We were so far, into our mortgage but you don't see that these days. Who pays off a 30-year mortgage anymore? We're either
Right.
moving or people are refinancing. And don't get me started on the refinance. I'll tell you why that's not a good option. If you're considering refinancing, reach out to Alfonso or myself and let us run your numbers first and show you why refinancing is not 99% of the time in our best interest. But anyway, so it's a financial system that you just it so we when we do the analysis, we do an overview of your debt, your income, your monthly expenses, your banking information. We don't touch your money. We have nothing to do with your money. So we're not asking for account numbers or socials or anything like that. All we need are balances, interest rates, monthly payments, very generic information. So we do an overview, and then when you purchase the system, all of that data we collected for the analysis gets imported into your system. So you've got a base or a foundation to start with. We come with lifetime coaching and support. So after you purchase the system, the first thing we do is we schedule you with a coach. It's a 90-minute session, and they're going to help you basically hone in on or fine tune your precise financial location. Because think about this, a GPS, we don't just follow it, but it follows us. It has
Right.
to know where we are, right, in order to guide us or direct us where we want to go. Same thing with our system. It has to know your exact unique financial location. So we've got that foundation of everything that we had when we did the analysis, and then we just kind of build upon that and fine tune that and really hone in on your specific location. And then the system's going to be able to direct you month by month based upon your monthly cash flow, what's left over after the debt payments are made, after the bills are paid, after your fund money, your I mean, we look at everything. I mean, it's like, you know, we pride ourselves on saying this does not impact your lifestyle or your budget to use the system. That's huge. And it doesn't, because these algorithms, they identify every penny that you have that's not being used for, it doesn't have a name, a place, or a purpose, speaking in Dave Ramsey terms. So even if it's $1 left over every month, or a couple $100, or I've had clients that have literally thousands of dollars left over, the system's going to prompt you what to do with those dollars.
So
And
you mean to tell me that sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah,
you mean to tell me that it's not just a spreadsheet that we put together with our bills and expenses with percentage rates? You mean there's some actual money behind this with technology that truly has logarithms that are complicated that probably the top mathematician in the world probably, wouldn't be able to do in just one sitting? Is that what you're telling me?
absolutely. That's exactly what I'm telling you. This is a 20 plus $1 million web-based financial system.
Wow.
20 plus
Wow.
$1 million, and we're constantly upgrading and updating it. But it's a one-time purchase, and you own it for life, and it comes with lifetime coaching and support, and we offer a money back guarantee on your results. At the end of your analysis, you're given a debt-free date. You're given how much money the system's going to save you in interest. We guarantee those results because there's nothing magical about the Money Max account. Okay, there's nothing magical about it. It is just math. But because it's just math, that's why we can guarantee our numbers, because numbers don't lie, right? I mean, one plus
Right.
one will always be two. The numbers tell all. So, yes, it is a very sophisticated financial system. However, it's very user friendly. People that do online banking can do this. I mean, it's just a plug and play, and you do what it tells you to do. It's gonna tell you, okay, move money from your savings account to your checking account or whatever, and then you're gonna make an extra principal payment to the mortgage or whatever debt it identifies. But we don't have to play that guessing game anymore. And another important thing is financial decisions can be very emotional. we
Yes.
I mean, we get really, really wrapped up and tied into our money. And even though money itself is amoral, that it's not alive, there's nothing, we still get very, very attached, and it can bring out some really good or not so good emotions in us. Well, when you can remove your emotional factor from making
Absolutely.
financial decisions, and you rely on just the basic math of it, I mean, my goodness, it makes absolute sense. It makes absolute sense. So to think that you never have to guess anything, no more emotions involved, You just do what it tells you to do. But the beauty of our system is it's not going to just tell you how to get out of debt the fastest way possible. It's also a financial forecasting tool. So imagine, Alfonso, having that, ability to see the result of a decision before you even make that decision.
Mm.
So you can do any kind of what if scenario. Well, what if we need to buy a car 6 months from now? What if we want to plan a vacation? What if we want to maybe buy another house and start a rental portfolio? And this is something, as a realtor, when I saw the demonstration of our Money Max account, and the person doing our demo showed us how we could add another house, and it literally did not add 2 years to our payoff time. Not even two
Wow.
years. And I mean, I was just like, oh my goodness, as a realtor, that blew me away. And I'm
That's
like, man,
huge.
I can make any of my real estate clients investors. And by the way, we do work. I mean, investors love our system because we can manage up to 100 mortgages with our system, and we can
Yes.
actually customize beyond that. So investors that are using this, I mean, their bottom line isn't zero. They don't care whether they pay off their debt. They want to leverage whatever money they have to move on to that next purchase. So I show investors, it's like, okay, well, one, if you're financing these doors, you don't want to be, paying the bank a ton of interest. So we're going to save you a ton of interest. And
Right.
it's such an equity accelerator that you're going to be able to build equity so much more quickly, and then allow you to move on to that, to that next purchase. So it's something that literally by the end of the analysis appointment, when
Right.
the results are presented, and we are so big on education too, peeling back the curtain, showing people what's really going on behind the scenes, showing people what the banks don't want us to know. Guys, the banks, everything they do is for their bottom line. I don't care how pretty a package they wrap it up in or pretty bow they tie it up with. Nothing is for our benefit or our advantage. And
Yes.
we need to swallow the pill and understand that's just the reality of the situation. Do we need the banks? Yeah, we kind of need them. But hey, how about let's level the playing field a little bit? Because when you see the amount of interest that you pay in a 30-year amortized loan, and it doesn't have anything to do with your interest rate, which is what the banks want us to think, it's about interest volume or total interest percentage. When you see that, guys, you can't unsee it. And when I saw it, it put a fire in my belly. And I'm like, people need to know about this. They need to know every month they're giving the bank money that they don't have to. Who wants to do that? I don't. I don't want to give the bank one penny more than I absolutely have to.
And that's
So
crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
it is. It's absolutely crazy. But what's even crazier is that our system knows everything there is to know about the banks and their strategies and principles that they've used for years and years and years to their advantage. And what our
Right.
system's done is we just kind of turn the tables upside down, saying, we can use those same principles and strategies for the consumer's advantage. And to think that you can pay off a 30-year mortgage and any other debt that you have, in as little as, I mean, I've had clients pay off, it depends on your income, obviously, but I had them pay off in 3 years, 2 or 3 years. And I've had clients 7, 8 years. I've had
That's
some
awesome.
clients 10 years or 12 years. But you know what? My goodness, is that not worth it to keep hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket instead of the bank, and then be done? And then when you're done and that money's not flowing away from you every month in the form of debt payments, then you can do whatever you want to do with that money, and you can begin to create wealth. So there's so many little nuances that I could go into that,
Right. You could talk
you
about
know,
it forever, really. I mean,
yeah,
it's just an
yeah,
amazing system. It's an amazing company. And kind of, I guess the last thing I want you to talk about, and I'm kind of gonna give you the floor to kind of talk to your younger self as an agent when you first got started, or maybe
yeah,
talk to those seasoned agents that have been in for a while and for just looking for that thing that can give them their unique proposition that can
yeah.
level them up and allow them to help more people. Because in kind of going through this, I want you to talk about not only why do they need to plug into maybe the MMA themselves, right? But why they need UFF to be able to share this with others, and maybe on the back end share a little bit about what that can do for them, but also they can just again create that value add to where they become that go-to real estate agent that can give the whole, right, the
Yeah.
whole entire aspect of not only help them buy it but help them pay it off faster. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
Talk to your younger self of what
Yeah.
you needed to hear that will help you to level up faster than ever before.
Yeah, yeah. So, trial and error for me. I mean, like I said, we spent a ton of money. I didn't know it was a unique selling proposition that I was looking for at the time. But when we discovered it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I'm like, this is exactly what, we've been looking for. And I market myself. I'm the realtor who can not only sell you a home, but I can show you how to pay off that mortgage and any other debt in a fraction of the time. Those are my hashtags on my social media. I even put it on my voicemail every single day. I mean, that's truly what sets me apart. I say I'm your faith over fear realtor. I'm a full concierge realtor, meaning I'm not a realtor that's just going to help you specifically with, buying or selling, but there's so much more than just getting to the closing table when it comes to a real estate transaction. And, oftentimes, especially with first time home buyers, you've got to take them by the hand and you've got to walk them through what they really don't know. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. They don't know the steps and the processes, and they need a trusted, reliable realtor who's going to take the time with them to say, hey, we need to get you pre-approved if that hasn't happened yet, and literally walk them through every step. Well, then now, and I always prided myself that's what I did, right? I felt like I always went above and beyond the real estate transaction. But then when I was introduced to this, and I was like, wow, this is something that's going to extend my relationship with my clients beyond the close, right? This is something I can offer them after they've closed on their house. And I can go back and say, hey, I helped you get in. Let me show you how you can get out. And my clients, I mean, they honestly, they eat it up. They love that. And I'm kind of talking about it a little bit, even I don't wait till after the close necessarily, but I let them know, hey, I want to meet with you afterwards because I have a way, I have something that I can show you that can help you pay this off and any other debt that you might have. And they're like, oh, wow, yeah, that's great. Or maybe you've got clients that aren't in a position, they've got too much consumer debt or student loan debt or whatever, and they really can't even qualify for a house. Well, why not get them started on the Money Max account and allow them to get that debt paid off as quickly as possible, save as much interest as possible, and then they're going to be in a position where they can buy a house. Do you not think they're not going to use you as a realtor if you introduce them to
Absolutely.
something like that? Absolutely. So it completely opened my eyes, and there, you can become you can purchase the system, and be a client of the Money Max account. You can become an agent with the company, or you can do both. Okay. And so my experience has been, I was like, I need to see what this is going to do for me. And honestly, I didn't even know a business side until the gal that did our analysis said that to me. But moving forward from that point, I let people know that I'm like, let's find out what it'll do for you personally, right? And then you're going to have a story to tell. I mean, I have a testimony, right? I can tell people what it did for me. I'm an avid user of this system, and I tell people it's like if you tried to take it away from me, I'd probably have to hurt you because that's how much I depend on it. I mean, I love my MMA, and so I tell people it's like let's find out what it'll do for you, and then hey, if you're happy with what it's going to do for you, you're probably not going to be able to keep your mouth shut about it either, and you're going to want to tell
Right.
other people. Well, why not earn some income while you're doing that? And you're not going to find a startup business any less expensive. I mean, I think right now $149 to become an
Yep.
agent. And you get access to everything. And everything, I mean, you don't have to get out and reinvent anything because we have all the training, the videos, the marketing tools, everything that you need. Amazing live events throughout the week that you can plug into. I mean, the company is amazing, and that they kind of had a way of drawing me in. That's just the best way to say it. And I can't think of a better, a better opportunity for people that are looking to make an extra stream of income. But if
Right.
you have debt, does it not make sense that you find out what it can do for you first? It costs nothing. We offer complimentary analysis for everyone, and you're going to see your results. You see the results, it's going to calculate your specific cost, okay, because everyone's cost is unique to them depending on their
Yep.
unique financial situation. So you see the results, you see the cost, and you can make a decision. Does this make sense, for us to move forward? 99% of the time, Alfonso, it is a slam dunk no brainer, with what the system's going to, save them in time and money. But when it comes to realtors and even mortgage lenders or anyone in the financial service arena with higher interest rates, and I wish, maybe we can do another segment and just talk about the difference between interest rate and interest volume, because I can't really get into that right now, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
there's so much misinformation out there. And again, we've all been conditioned to think interest rate, monthly payment, monthly payment. Well, that's what the banks want us to focus on. But guys, it's not about the interest rate. Interest rates do not matter. They're going to determine the size of your monthly payment, but it has nothing to do with how much interest you're giving the bank. And that's what we show you through the analysis. We walk you through, we educate you about what's really going on behind the scenes with these amortized loans. But anyway, so getting back to realtors and mortgage lenders, when rates went up, especially for our mortgage lender friends, oh my goodness, their cash cow, the refinance, just boom, it was gone. They were
Right.
making bank, 3 or 4 years ago when rates dropped and everybody and their brother was rushing to refinance, right? Well, when rates went up, that just absolutely, I mean, mortgage lending companies were closing their doors. And the funny thing is, several years ago, I couldn't get a mortgage lender to even listen to me. They didn't want to hear anything I had to say. Well, they're a little more open to it now because they're struggling. They're not making the money they were.
Right.
Realtors, there's a lot of realtors. I'm on a ton of different Facebook groups, and it's almost daily someone's posting, what can I do as a side gig? How can I don't have a closing coming up. I need a closing to make my house payment if I don't get some money, and so I don't do a lot of, you know, organic posting on those sites, but by golly, I'm in there responding to
Right.
people's posts and telling them what I do. And it's like, why not explore this avenue that goes hand in glove with what you're already doing, right? So it's just a way. This United Financial Freedom provides me a steady monthly income. When you're a realtor, a mortgage lender, we're commission based, right? We
Right.
don't know when our next paycheck's coming in. But with UFF, and not that we're not commission based with UFF, I don't mean that, but I'm just saying it's providing me a steady monthly income. Whereas, and then my real estate, it fills in, when it comes along. So
Well, one of the nice things I do like about UFF is the simple fact that for real estate agents specifically, not only can you help new clientele, not only can you help current clientele, but you can help any and everybody else that may not be your clientele, that may become your clientele because you shared with them how they can pay off their mortgage and debt faster. And UFS is not a lotion or potion. I love that industry, but it's not a lotion or potion. It's actually something to where, especially with a lot of things going on online these days, it's something that I would feel safe introducing to my mom. I want my
right,
mom to have an MMA. You want your mom to have this product. So it's one of those safe, wholesome products that you want your whole family. You want your kids as they get older. You want everybody to have access to. And
yeah,
that's what I really love about it. And you broke that down just very, very well. So I don't want to take a ton of your time. I know we could talk about this forever. What we will do though is I guess we can maybe do some different sessions to where we're talking about particularly maybe interest rates and different things of that nature and just put that information out there. And so that people are aware that, it's not true what they know. It's not true what they understand. It's just not the truth. And we will continue to share and, like you said, educate, because that's what UFF do. That's what us as agents, that's what we do, is educate people to be able to do the right things for their self and their future. So if you're a real estate agent out there, if you're a broker out there, listen, this is for you. This is what you need to be plugging into to, again, work on your USP, be able to have more value that you can add. Number two, this is something that can help your current and future clientele. And number three, when you're not selling houses, you can still be helping families, which again is going to help you, I believe, on the back end to sell more houses. It's a very synergistic effect with what we have here. And I mean, Melinda has broken it down so well. Such a blessing. So, Melinda, in closing, what closing remarks do you have, whether it's for real estate agents, lenders, or just the everyday person? What closing remarks do you have just about UFF, about MMA, and really also how it's costing them money not to at least get an analysis and
Yeah,
see what their story is?
absolutely. And that's what, I like to ask this question. If everything you believed about money turned out not to be true, how quickly would you want to know the truth?
Absolutely.
You know, today,
Well said.
yesterday, I mean, seriously. Um, I am of the personal belief that anyone and everyone that has any type of debt, and you do not have to have a mortgage to use this system, okay? Um, there's plenty of people out there drowning in credit card debt and student loan debt and IRS debt, and they've got car loans and personal loans and lines of credit, and I don't care what kind of debt it is, our system can attack it. So I'm of the belief that anyone and everyone with debt needs to have a complimentary analysis done and just find out what it can do for you. You've got nothing to lose but a little bit of time, right? Um, and it doesn't require that much time to do it. Maybe 2 to 3 appointments with us, and you'll discover your debt-free date, your actual debt-free date, the month, the day, the year you'll be debt-free, and how much interest the system is going to save you. Um, I think that's the first place to start. And whether you're a realtor or a mortgage lender or whatever, find out what it'll do for you personally, and then we can absolutely go from there. I'm a realtor licensed in Indiana, so I can only sell real estate in Indiana, but I have MMA clients all over the country. And
Great
that's
point.
what Alfonso was, so you don't have to be licensed to be an agent with UFF. There is training, obviously training that you have to go through, and it depends on how much you want to take it. I mean, we just launched an affiliate program. So if you're thinking, oh, Melinda, I'm a relatively busy real estate agent, or a mortgage lender that's still busy, look into our affiliate program where you can refer your clients and earn some money doing it. I mean, just attach a link to everything that you do, and plug it every now and then or whatever, and earn some extra money. I mean, hey, why not? Who is not? We're in a day and time where you've got to diversify. I mean, if all
Yes.
your eggs are in one basket, that's kind of a dangerous place to be. So, and as realtors and mortgage lenders, we need to be looking for an exit strategy. There's some of us that, are buyer agents. Well, how long can you imagine when you're 75 years old, you're still out there showing houses? You know what I'm saying? You've got to have it. You've got to have a way out. You've got to have an exit strategy. Why not look at something that absolutely goes hand in glove with what you're already doing, that's going to complement your business, and it's going to give such a huge life-changing value add to your clients, and that's going to help set you apart in a way. And side note, it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. I mean, there's been times we do all of our appointments via Zoom. There's been times that we've been in tears. I mean, we've been
Wow.
in tears, with these appointments. These are people I don't know from Adam. I mean,
Wow.
somebody out in California or whatever. I don't know these people, but to think, they see the results and they're like, "What? You're telling me we can have all this gone in 6 years? Are you kidding me? We can actually retire." Do you know how many people are out there that are so
Mm,
close to retirement or should be retired and they cannot because they've still got a mortgage hanging over their head or other debt?
right.
I mean, we give people hope. I think a lot of people have given up on It's too hard to get out of debt. It's too restrictive. It's too, um, put your life on hold,
Right.
sacrifice. Our system is not like that, guys. It's a GPS. If you're traveling from, California to Indiana and you decide, oh, we want to maybe go visit, our relatives that are down in, Louisiana or whatever, your GPS is going to
Get
reroute
you
you
there.
so
Yep.
you can, yeah, so you can make that little trip. Is it going to add a little extra time to your trip? Well, sure it will. But that's something you're choosing to do, but you're never lost, you're never off track,
Right.
you're always, it's eventually going to get you to Indiana. That's the beauty of our system is, it ebbs and flows with your lifestyle. It doesn't require that you change your lifestyle. And in my opinion, it doesn't get any better than that. To get out of debt fast, save a ton of money, and do it in a way that you don't feel it because it doesn't change your lifestyle or budget. So everyone needs to check it out.
Hey,
That's
Melinda, thank you so much just for your time. Listen, the reality is that in any career field, right, any business field, even the person that offers the most value wins. Period. When you offer value, when you're valuable, when you help people to win, it just monetarily, just in so many different spiritually, just in so many different aspects, just blesses you, right? So that's why as an agent or as a lender or even just as an everyday person that has some other career field, the value that's added by UFF and the value proposition that's there is just huge. And you can completely, absolutely not only change your life, but change others' lives. It's just a blessing. So thank you so much for your time. I know you're super
You're
duper
welcome.
busy. You're awesome and amazing. Just hang out for just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it from Melinda. Just why, as a real estate agent, as a lender, even as an everyday person, why you need to get plugged in with UFF and get plugged in with the MMA. Because one of the biggest things that I know and understand is that this can help each and every person in this world that has any amount of debt, or if you're looking to buy a car soon or a house soon, future debt that you know is going to come. So if you're a part of Melinda's community, get back with her. Reach out to her on Facebook and say hello and say, I have some questions. If you're in my community, reach out to me. I will share those videos that she spoke about. We will set up an analysis appointment. We will get you taken care of every step of the way so you can see what it looks like even before you move forward and see that it can possibly and absolutely change your life like you never thought possible. So this is Alfonso Jones, the financial freedom veteran. Take care. God bless and see you next time.